All right, everybody, so we're gonna make a video because I don't have that many more sketchbooks that I can demo this on. We have a sketchbook. This one does look different than y'all's. This is one of my personal ones, but you can tell it's the same size. It's 9 by 12. It's got rings. It's actually got the same number of pages. This was gifted to me. It's pretty much the same, other than that the cover looks a little different. I have a ruler, which you don't need to really worry about the inches and stuff. This is just handy because it's the same length as our notebook. I have a pair of EMT scissors. EMT scissors have this little crook at the end. It's got this little thing here. I like these because they're made for cutting through clothing and seatbelts and stuff. EMT as in somebody who works on an ambulance. That means that they can definitely handle cutting through duct tape. I have 2 different colored duct tapes just because this is going to make demoing a little bit easier. If you want to use a duct tape like the pink, black, or something else that we only have 1 roll of, please choose a second color to put on the other side so that we can stretch that coveted 1 roll duct tape as long as we can. We've got 5 classes that are making spine covers today, and I want everybody to have the chance to make choices. Okay, so this is actually pretty simple. What we're gonna start off with is making quote unquote duct tape fabric. You can decide what side you're gonna have what color on after this process, but I'm gonna take my sketchbook, I'm gonna move it out of the way. I'm gonna take my ruler. Now, you only have 2 hands, but you have a secret third hand, 3 if you wanna do it this way, and that is the table. When you are trying to pull off this duct tape, I'd recommend getting it started and then literally stick it onto the table. You want your pieces to be a little bit longer than the ruler. So now I can hold the duct tape taut with this hand, cut with the other hand, and it's still being held in place by the table. Third hand table is super helpful. Also, I should have done this the other direction because I'm right-handed, but that's okay. We can, yeah, there we go. Fabulous. Okay, so now I know I need to go the other direction. So what I'm gonna do now is when I pull off this next piece, I'm gonna cover up the other piece somewhere between 1/3 and halfway. So if I hold it up to the camera, I'm gonna take this off for a second. This is just for this. When I stick these together, it should cover up the other piece somewhere between 1/3 and halfway. We want that overlap. Put this back down on the table. Floop. Get the little air bubble out. From here, you don't have to be as reliant on the ruler, but you do want to consistently make sure that each piece is a little longer than 1 foot. Squish, and then I'm gonna do it 1 more time. Squish. Okay, awesome sauce. So now, if I peel off this first piece that I put down, since it's underneath all the others, I can take my time and slowly peel off the whole thing and flip it over. Now, if you took this with the sticky side and put it on the spine of your sketchbook, no, do not do that. That will make the sticky stuff stick to your rings. You won't be able to flip through the sketchbook anymore. Don't do that. What we're doing is we're making duct tape fabric. This is also super helpful if you want to try to get a scholarship by making your prom attire out of fancy duct tape. You can go to the Duck, like quack quack, it's a duck, duct tape website, and you can see what people have done in the past. Now what I'm going to do is I want the orange on the outside for mine. So I'm gonna just have it be a little bit outside. I'm gonna have some of the sticky part touching outside of the blue. I'm going to stick it on down. I'm still using that table as part of my hand since I have it overlapping here. It's a little hard to tell, and if I move the camera, it's gonna get stuck. But right along here, there's a crease where you can see the duct tape is stuck to the table, in addition to being stuck onto the other duct tape. And then we're just gonna keep going like that. We're gonna take this next piece, I'm gonna overlap it a little bit with my previous piece, stick it down, pull it out, use that taut to make that cut nice and easy. And this should hopefully be my last one. I might need to do another one. There we go. Yeah, because what I want is I want to cover completely the other edge, and I want to have a little bit of stickiness on the other side. All right, so same thing as before. I'm going to grab the side that I put down first and peel it up. A little bit easier this time because there's not as much sticky stuff. All right, so I have this now. There's still some sticky stuff exposed though. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold it over. And this is why I'm using two colors so that you can really see how I'm folding it over here. There we go. Now, I'm gonna take my ruler. Okay, remember how I said we wanted it to be a little longer than a foot? That's because inevitably, you know, without making us stressed, it's gonna be, we're gonna have these sticky edges on the ends. We are gonna cut those off. So, just to give you an idea, we want it to be a foot long. It can literally just be, we want it to be a little less than a foot long. So just under the length of the ruler. You don't have to mark it out if you feel confident eyeballing it, but if a marking helps it, then do that. So now I'm gonna cut off the sticky ends. Right. Try to waste as little as possible, but there is gonna be some waste. Take your sticky stuff. We will start a giant garbage ball. Everybody stick their duct tape together in the middle of the table and we'll see how big it is at the end of the day. All right, so now I have my piece of duct tape fabric. It's not sticky at all. I'm gonna test to make sure that it can wrap around. So I'm gonna take a little test piece of duct tape. Again, I'm gonna use the edge of the table. This time I can just kind of pull it out, cut there. I'm gonna cut off a small strip here. Bloop. All right, so I'm just gonna hold that in place here for the moment and flip it over. And yep, it wraps around. I've even got a little bit of wiggle room. So I'm gonna actually give myself a little bit less of a worry on this side and bring it up just a little bit. There we go. Awesome. So now I have this cover that will protect that spine. I'm gonna get another small piece to hold it in place for just a second. Again, you're just getting a little tiny piece because what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna pull off one more piece that is long, I'm gonna pull off two more pieces that are a little longer than this ruler because you'll see in just a second. In fact, I would make it about 1 inch longer on either side. And you can eyeball it that. I would rather it be a little more than 1 inch than a little less than 1 inch on either side. See that size? All right, cool. So now, peel that up. Get the ruler out of the way, move the sketchbook over. I'm gonna take this and I'm going to cover both the spine protector and have it in on the cover of my sketchbook. I'm gonna use my nails to kind of get up in that crease. If you don't have like strong fingernails, use this little guy to kind of press that in there. And then I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna open up that cover, and I'm going to bend it around and stick it in on the other side. If it covers up a little bit of your table of contents, that's okay. As long as most of the information is still visible, we'll make it work. And then I'm just gonna flip it over, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing on this side. Again, a little longer than a foot because your sketchbook is a foot tall. Probably gonna be a little easier to see on this side since it's brown instead of blue. Take my duct tape, cover that little thing, get it on the cover too. Sticky, sticky, sticky. Yum. Flip that cover open. If it folds a little bit on you, that's okay. Just straighten it back out. Doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to work. So I'm just sticking that down and sticking that down. Cool. Okay, so now I have this handy dandy cover to make sure that it's not gonna be a problem. Flipping through my sketchbook, I'm gonna kind of lay it like this. I'm gonna open it right in the middle and squish it a little bit, and that'll kind of get the creasing in the duct tape to cooperate. You can wiggle it around a little bit, but now those rings shouldn't get caught on the stuff in your backpack and such. So thank you very much. I hope this is helpful. And the nice thing about video is you can rewind this 8 million times, however many times it takes you to kind of work with it. If your front cover isn't laying flat, again, that just means the duct tape needs to get creased a little bit more to make it all work. But the more you use it, the more it'll break in. I hope this helps.